Hey guys, and here I am right now. Welcome to my StreamYard show. I'm right here. I think it's even the last time. It was like a morning stream, and this time it's here at my area, and it's 8:28 p.m. in my area, and that's it. And I have the link right here. And you may be wondering, why didn't I change my avatar? Like, why I haven't changed my profile picture? Well, I kind of like it. It reminds me of one of the memories that I had. So I'll just keep it. Okay, let's see if anyone can join. Hey there, Violet Daily.
Hey,
Michael.
what's going on?
Nothing much. Just streaming, waiting for others to come. Wait, let me try sending it.
Don't you send your community posts?
Yeah, in my post. Okay, let's see. Invite again, and then paste. Let's see here. Where's the paste button? There it is. Okay, let me mention. Maybe they will join the fun.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay, but you kind of startled me. Okay, anyways.
No, I just cough a little. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think someone's here. Oh my gosh, the fish eye is here.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
So tell me, how's the concert?
Hold on.
Concert?
She
Yeah.
went to a Blackpink concert. I'm jealous.
Oh.
I've been to some concerts in Canada, but we've
Yeah,
never
I've been to
had
concerts before, but I haven't been there since like many years, since the COVID-19 incident.
Yeah.
Cyber Samurai
Well,
is
I'm
here.
kind of excited. Oh, hey, Cyber.
What's up?
What are you going to do in Blackpink concert? Are you going to have a fun time?
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of performances. By the way, who wants to see my new music video? Hold on.
I saw the music video. It was 10 out of 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
I haven't even got a chance to see it yet.
I can't wait for my music video to come. It was.
Whoa.
I love music.
It was not copyright.
Yeah. Also, tomorrow I'm doing it.
Sorry if I'm being silly.
It's okay.
No, you're fine.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
내 손끝 툭 하나에 다 무너지는 중 가짜쇼 지금 화려해 It makes no sense you couldn't get $1
Alright.
잔인할 만큼 아름다워. I bring the pain like this, that pink venom, this, that pink
Oh,
venom,
wow, that's
this, that
good.
pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight till you don't like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight till you don't like. Taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight till you don't like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight till you don't like. Black pen and animal, got bodies like Rambo. Rest in peace, please light up a candle. This the life of a vandal, messed up, and I'm still in some lean. Decided crime, so it wouldn't be me. Diamond shining, driving silence, I don't mind it. I'm riding, flying private side by side with a pilot. Up in the sky and I'm wild and silent on him, and there's no chance. Cause we got bodies on bodies like this, there's no dance. 자, 오늘 밤이야. 난 속을 품은 꽃네 혼을 뺏어 now. Look what you made us do. 천천히 널 잠재울 fire. 잔인할 만큼 아름다워. I bring the pain like this, that pink venom, this, that pink venom, this, that pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight till you don't like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight till you don't like. Taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom, taste that pink venom. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em. Straight till you don't like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight till you don't like. 원한다면 provoke us. 감당 못해, you know this. 이미 퍼져버린 shot that potion. 네 눈앞은 big beat ocean. Come and give me all the smoke. 던지면 more like I'm so rock and roll. Come and give me all the smoke. 나 줄세워 빠져. Stop, drop. I bring the pain like ra-ta-ta-ta, 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 ra-ta-ta-ta. Straight to you, straight to you, straight to you, don't like. Ra-ta-ta-ta, 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 ra-ta-ta-ta. I bring the pain like.
And there we have it.
Ooh, that was
That's a
amazing.
nice dance move.
Thanks.
That was an amazing music.
Yes.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you a little
That
tired?
was awesome. Well, I can't wait for my music video to come. I'm going to sing a Next Level by Aspa.
Yeah, however, I listened to it and like I was like, oh my gosh, it's probably a hard song to do.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anyways, I can't wait for you to see how you're doing in the concert. I can't wait for you to respond.
Thank you.
And I swear, if anyone, like in a Blackpink member, waved at you, I'm gonna faint.
Oh.
Mm.
Like, I'm gonna faint for real, like this. Action!
Oh.
Oh, you're
I fell.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Henry's here.
Hello.
Henry!
Hi, Henry.
Hello. I already know I'm chatting with you guys a little bit.
Who's
I'm
next?
gonna watch at 12:30.
JT is here.
Hey, JT.
Hello. You've seen the comment section before, JT. What's up?
So look what I have here.
Mickey!
Yeah. Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
And then
that's me,
this
Mickey
one is-
Mouse.
What is that?
Sorry, I swallow.
Ooh.
It's full.
It's a hippo.
Oh, Pitbull. Nice.
Okay.
Really? By the way, thanks for adding me to the Lollywalk group.
Yeah, no problem.
So
I
what
thought I
have
was
here,
Oh, this is not copyright.
look
I
at
thought
this.
I was the princess of Dragonia, but it turns out I was the princess of Stormania, the power of the storm.
Suno is and never was always so
Look what I
happy.
have
Yeah.
The
here.
writers
Uh,
of the Railway series
I gotta.
and the TV series only explore the optimistic and upbeat plots. Very rarely did they
Why?
steer otherwise.
Oh. There you
This
go.
film you're about to watch explores these uncharted
This is gonna
territories
be
without any
ridiculous.
restraints. You may be saddened, offended, angered, or a mix of the three. Please, watch with discretion.
Oh, hi, Ice Willow.
Hey, Ice Willow.
Hey, Kadisha, look, I have here.
Ooh, what is it?
This is
Oh, wow.
the Nerf gun.
Nice.
Hey, Lucy Piercer hasn't uploaded a video since. It's been like weeks and days. What the fuck?
Oh, James, I don't feel well today. Could you please take my trucks for me? I implore you, my pain is significant.
Henry, what the fuck?
No, you old sot.
What the fuck is
We're expected to do our own jobs and stop complaining. Get to work.
Hold on, guys. I have to go now. But thanks for letting me join this channel.
Oh, no problem. No problem. And then,
Yeah. See ya.
Come on, Henry, a few more miles and we'll have a good rest.
Did they
I
say,
don't
Henry?
think I can do it, driver. You've got to try, Henry. If that controller is counting
hey,
on it.
JG, it's okay if I can react. I can make a react with Lucy Breaker videos, if that's alright.
Give me a
Henry, are you alright? He's unconscious. Pipe in his smoke box burst. Call the yards immediately and tell them to send 2 engines.
Do they say, Henry?
Yeah.
Not me.
Did they? They seem.
Oh, Henry. Tell me it isn't so. What? What's happened? Nothing, Percy. Please take the trucks back to Tidmouth. But Edward, please! Percy, go.
I'm about to do a live stream.
Hello, Percy. I received a call from up the line. Henry's trucks are being brought back. He's in pretty bad shape, Percy.
What? What's wrong? How best hurry to Vickerstown, Percy. They're the closest sheds around here. I don't think they'll have time to get to Namford. Don't have time? Oh no. Don't go any further, Percy. You'll only experience more heartbreak. No, I want to see him. No, Percy, it's too late. No, it's never too late. Percy! Don't you realize why it's so silent around here? The burst was too large. It caused a crack in his smoke box. Thomas. Percy, I'm sorry. Edward, take Percy back to the station. He doesn't need to be here.
Holden! Holden is here!
Right, Thomas.
Hold on.
Well.
Yo!
He's really gone.
Okay, don't shout.
Hey,
Bro, I didn't even shout.
Oh, come on,
Right.
Thomas.
Because the
Let's go
volume
and
is
let...
up.
Oh yeah, I'm a mic. Sorry about that. That's just my volume.
hey, Holden.
Oh, come on,
I think-
Thomas. Let's go and let...
Oh, guys, Cyber's trying to tell me something.
Oh,
All
what
right,
is
cool.
your opinion about my series called The Cybernia Warriors?
I never even watched it yet, but I'll probably give it a watch later.
Oh, that's
Wait,
okay.
Can I tell you something that just happened?
Well, sir,
You know that Naruto video I made out of Timothy Parsons? You know that Naruto video I made out of Timothy Parsons?
I'll upload.
YouTube actually age restricted it.
I'll be uploading this video as possible.
Henry,
Look,
I know you can't hear me, but I can't
YouTube
say
age
how
restricted
sorry
it.
I am that I didn't help you earlier.
What
The
the?
last thing I called you was an old...
I'm not mad. I'm just surprised that one of my
Oh,
videos
Henry,
only got
I'm so sorry.
my videos
Sorry
got
I am
age
that I didn't
restricted.
help you earlier. The last thing I called you was an old salt.
I'm surprised.
Oh, Henry, I'm so sorry.
What?
Times have changed, tastes have changed. It has been 5 long years ever since Henry's passing. The country has moved into the Second World War, and the war effort was in full swing. The Fat Controller and his associates realized that this would inevitably lead them into bankruptcy.
Well, gentlemen, I have noticed from these figures that the revenue has gone down lately. I know in the last 20 years I have been working on Sodor, but we have never raised prices unless inflation demanded it, and the demand for rail travel has increased in the last decade. What do you presume is the culprit?
Well, sir, ever since the unfortunate passing of Henry, and seeing as you sold those other 2 engines to Doncaster, the sales have gone down in spite of limited resources to supply transportation.
Well, the only alternative to filing bankruptcy is to invest in another engine.
But, sir, that will lead us to bankruptcy.
It's risky, but what other choice do we have, gents? I'd much rather go out knowing that I've tried my best to show improvement, rather than giving in like a ripe pillock.
The engines filed into Knotfoot early next morning.
Right, we're all to show up here for what reason? There's not a passenger in sight, and I'm still tired.
Shh, we didn't come here to hear you complain for what that's worth.
Oh, sod off, you little blue rat.
Oh, here's the Fat Controller. He must have called us here.
Oh, joy. Right, sorry to call you all here so early. As you all can tell, the railway's not doing so well financially. As a last resort, I have called you all here to greet our newest member to the railway. Granted, he's coming all the way from Stratford in Greater London, but he left last night and should be arriving sometime in the next few minutes.
Well, then cleanse yourself, my son. Cleanse yourself. One time, I took a library book out, and I fell asleep reading it, and I left it under the bed. I forgot about it for 3.5 years. I was going to take it back on Amnesty Day, but
Here is Alfred. He was made in the old Great Eastern Railway Works in Stratford, in Britain.
Hello, Alfred. Welcome to the railway.
I already don't like him.
Oh, be quiet. Later that night, the engines were fast asleep. However, at one point in the night, Alfred left the shed. This awoke Gordon, who then fell back to sleep.
I've got you now. This gunpowder will ignite you before you reach 12.
Oh, God. Gordon was frightened and deeply angered by this dream. He told it to Thomas later that week. What? Wow, that's a nightmare.
What scares me is the realism. I saw everything.
It's just a nightmare, Gordon. They happen and we can't anticipate them.
I'm going to keep an eye on him, though. Something doesn't bode well with him.
Gordon's skepticism deprived him of sleep, so much so, he got up one night in Idlewood, in Knopford's goods shed.
Welcome home, my dear brother, and testify. I used to be a soda pop guy. Then I switched to the bottle. Now I don't leave my couch, and I've seen every movie ever. You name a movie.
Alright, you can stay here. Perhaps you can get some sleep now. I'm going home. It's rather late. Alright, driver.
Gordon then noticed two figures on the station platform. One was Alfred, and the other was indistinguishable.
Wait, driver, come back. It's been several years ever since Henry's, accident.
It's come to my attention that the gunpowder is arriving soon.
Soon? You're not thinking of doing it now, are you?
Not quite yet. We still need to give the engines time to accept me as one of their own. They never suspected foul play, so they won't suspect little old me of anything.
You're very sly. We better leave now, it's almost light.
Good idea. Good night, my brother. Gordon thought it best not to talk about what he had heard. The next morning, he and Alfred were double-heading a special to England. Gordon, what are we going to do?
You leave it to me. Henry was my friend and I won't let this happen, whatever it is.
The two then set off for Britain.
I'm just gonna head out, I'm getting bored.
Gordon felt nervous, yet hatred grew inside of him as they went
Did
along.
Barnett Holden left?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sucks.
You are a quiet one, aren't you? I'm just tired is all. Barely slept last night.
Gordon's driver perked up. Gordon grimaced as he felt Alfred's buffers go cold.
Nice trip, wasn't it?
Alfred said nothing. The coaches were taken away and the two engines went to the sheds to rest. There were no other engines there.
So, you were built in Stratford, huh? That's right. I knew a B-12. He came from those works with the build number 98462. The Fat Controller scrapped him, though, as he was rude and almost caused a big accident. The Fat Controller has that power, you know. So what? Well, this engine nearly, shall I say, caused a fatal accident in relation to Henry.
Alfred perked up, an angry look on his face.
You foolish A3. You heard last night, didn't you? Yes, I did. I know all about your little scheme. You want all the engines to like you, and then the railway goes up in smoke. They're smarter than that, you know. Apparently not. The Fat Controller has designated me to pull the Wild Northwester from now. They trust me with their lives. The Fat Controller wants you as far away from the railway as possible, more likely. If that's so, then how did they not suspect me about Henry's death, They sound pretty ignorant to me, the weak engine with all the problems. I knew he was a failed experiment, and that they would never suspect foul play. You'll never touch them, not as long as I'm around. You can't stop this, you fool! A chain of gunpowder wagons are being propelled forcefully towards the sheds this very instant. I'll stop it. You shan't! I shall destroy your railway, and my class will take over. Enjoy the guilt. Oh my word! We'll shut up and give me back Alden.
The workman lifted him back on the rails. With a loud whistle, he pounded the rails back toward the Sodor.
We didn't order gunpowder vans.
Well, shunt them into the sidings or figure out something.
Oh God, I need more speed, driver.
You were going 100, the rails can't handle anymore.
I don't care, just do it.
Gordon's regulator was opened further, and he pounded the rails with a massive noise.
Just a few more minutes, and it'll happen. We're at the border, just a few more miles.
Neither do I, Master.
I pronounce you Mamoru Ichikawa and Zuri Salamoto, husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Congratulations on your father's marriage to your aunt, you guys.
Thank you. I'm very happy for my father and my aunt. I wish them a good marriage.
Okay, let's
life
check this
together.
out.
Aunt Zuri looks so beautiful in that dress. When it's time to give a speech, I would like to give my wedding gift to your
Oh,
father
here
and
comes the
your mother.
speech.
The speech
Hey,
announcer will be
Veda.
out 1 minute.
Hey, Veda,
Good
why don't
evening,
you join
everyone.
us?
It's time for the bride and groom to make their speech to each other. Do you wonderful marriage couple have something to say to each other, to your family and friends?
Yes, first of all, I wanted to say thank you all for coming to our wedding to celebrate our marriage. We're truly appreciated. I would to give a speech to my new wife, Suri. When I was deeply down from depression ever since my previous wife passed away from an illness, Zuri stayed beside me comforting me to move on with my life. I'm grateful for her for doing that. I know Zuri for a long time since we first met back at high school when her and her older sister, which is my previous wife, transferred to my school. She was a very shy person since I remember back then, but I kindly greet her. We've been dating for 6 months. I deeply fall in love with her. Zuri, I truly love you with all my heart. I promise I'll work hard make you happy along with the kid.
Oh, Mamoru, thank you. That was beautiful.
Nico Animation's voice.
Indeed, Nico.
I also have a speech that I'd like to share with my new husband. Mamoru, you have been a kind-hearted person towards me and my sister back at high school since we have problems with our toxic mother. Our father was always on business trips a lot, but my mother is always been a drunken gambler. She always gambling with all our savings that we couldn't afford for food or education. But somehow Mamoru saved us from struggling by letting us stay at his place until my father comes back. For all the kindness that he done for me and my sister, Yumi, and I decided to treat him for sushi on his birthday. I always wanted to be maid since I was 4. My dream came true. I have the opportunity of being his maid since we graduated college. I enjoy cleaning at his mansion very much. Mamoru,
Thank you for everything you've done for me and me over the past since high school.
My pleasure, Zuri. I'm just wanted you and Yumi have a good life for yourselves.
Also, I have surprise news to tell you all. I'm pregnant.
What?
That's right. She's been
She's
getting nausea
pregnant?
lately until we found out that she was
I
pregnant.
would have been
She got
shocked.
2 months we got back from our vacation. I was so surprised about her first.
That was
No, no,
actually
no.
amazing. I never
Take
knew that Zuri
responsibility
was
as a father
pregnant
of the
all
child.
this time.
Maybe in the winter season.
That,
Mommy is having a. Yay.
that is
I'm
so
also
Also-
a big
amazing.
sister like you, big brother.
I'm sure you'll be a good big sister for the new baby. Does
Also-
anyone else have something to say
How
to the
long
bride
is
and
the
groom?
I have speech
Cyber
to say to the
Samurai
bride.
Cyber Warriors video gonna come out? As soon as the video
Okay,
finished?
Raiko.
What on earth are you wearing? I think
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
work on that
This
as
why
soon as
you were a
possible.
white dress at
So
our
don't
cousin
worry.
Zuri's
Okay.
wedding.
Just hang in there.
I'm big brother.
Hey, Generation Boy.
And why is she wearing a white dress like stepmommy?
I don't know who she is, Mayumi,
Oh,
but she shouldn't be wearing that to a wedding.
Sorry I'm late. I just got into some traffic all the way here. I would like to say congratulations
Why
to
is
my
she
dearest
wearing a
cousin
white
Zuri
dress?
along with her new husband. I never knew Zuri married a very wealthy man. Like she been single for a long course. She never been a virgin to other men. I see her dress is plain dull while mine dress is beautiful.
Oh my
Hey,
God,
Dragonia.
Raiko. What's with that dress wearing?
Hey,
What is up
Dragona.
with you?
Oh,
It's cute,
shit.
right? It's perfect for a beauty like me. I got it from a famous dress store.
That's not the point. The color.
Gosh, I hate this. Just because you're not getting any attention, you're going to point out other
Oh,
people's outfits
shit.
like an old hat picking on the young ones at work.
Raiko, you little son of a.
Now, calm down, both of you. Please don't argue on a happy day like this.
Oh my God.
Rico,
Why are
old
they
hag is what you call
arguing?
someone like my mother. Zuri is far away age from an old hag.
Mamoru. I'm not even close to an old hag. I'm still in my 60s.
Zuri, let's put it behind us and continue letting our family and guests
Is
give
that
their
your
speeches
dog?
to us. If you get angry now, that'll ruin the whole thing.
You're right. Thank you.
HMPH, you're just jealous because I'm beautiful and like you.
Hi everybody, I'm Mayumi. I'm the daughter of the CEO. I wanted to say congratulations to my daddy and my stepmommy of getting married to each other. And Zuri, you always took care of me and my brother Kaito along with a real mommy back then. When the time that my real mommy passed away from my illness, you cheered me up by treating me to parfait, which is my mommy's favorite. I grateful for
Aww.
cheering me up and
Miami's speech is so cute.
Zuri, you done everything that my mommy does. I'm so happy
Me
that
too.
you're my new mommy. I love you, mommy, and I hope you and daddy be together forever. Thank you.
Aw, that was the sweetest
That was
speech
very
that our little girl made for us. Don't you agree, Zuri?
Don't you agree, Sarah?
I
Zuri,
agree.
don't feel sad. Your makeup is coming off you sweetest face.
Don't
Mayumi
cry.
truly loves you as her real mother.
But, is not the speech
I
that I'm crying.
Curse on you,
It's
Reiko.
just.
Shame
What
on
was
you,
your cousin
Reiko.
thinking wearing that
Shame
outfit?
on
That's
you.
because when we're kids, Raiko always jealous over me getting all the attention cause of my appearance back when we're in preschool. She just simply lacked in common sense to wear a white dress to a wedding, but she's obsessed with standing out more than myself. She always been like that and she accept the fact that I'm marrying before her.
So that's reason she's like that.
Yeah, but Raiko has a fiancé named Kazuki-san that she recently got engaged about 2 months ago. They've been dating together since they graduated from college and he's a childhood friend of mine since elementary. He's supposed to be here at our wedding today, but Kazuki recently wasn't happy toward the relationship with her lately. Knowing Raiko's true personality,
Aw,
I do
poor
understand why
Zuri.
Kazuki, he want to take time and think about marrying her, but
I'm sorry you have to go through this on your special day, but I want you to be able to smile, Zuri. I know it's impossible to not care about Reiko but feel sad.
oh, Mamoru. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry I got sad over this. Let's have a wonderful fun after party to make up for earlier.
That's the spirit, Zuri.
Oh, there's the argument. Family drama.
Zuri, isn't it your aunt and uncle along with her siblings over there with Reiko?
Yeah, they should
Family
be
drama.
inviting you enjoying the after
Here
party.
we go with this
I wonder who the
shenanigans.
argument all of a sudden.
Rico, what the hell were you thinking?
Why on earth would you wear a white dress at your cousin's wedding? You should be ashamed of yourself.
I agree with Mom and Dad. It's not even your special day.
How could you do this to Zuri in front of everyone during the after party? You're completely insane.
What? Shut up. Who cares about clothes? I bought this dress last week. I go and it's like $12,000. I look so beautiful that the crowd was shocked and amazed at my appearance.
Uncle Jin, Aunt Minnow, Harmy and Ryu.
Zuri, we're sorry. We didn't mean for this to happen.
We didn't check on what Raiko was wearing.
It's alright. It's not something you guys should be apologizing about, Uncle Jin and Aunt Minnow.
What with this act? Unlike you, cuz I'm more beautiful, gorgeous, and such
Why
a thing
you
to everyone.
little
Unlike you, cuz
bitch?
beauty is my only value. I don't
Why
mind it
you
though because I am
bitch?
winning a pageant from its friends Phillips.
You.
Reiko, that's enough.
That's
Now
enough,
try to think
Reiko.
about Zuri and your family feelings.
That
Oh
is
my
not
God.
You
right.
didn't do that, James.
Hey, aren't you listening?
Kazuki's son, you finally come
Hey, Noah.
Hi everyone. Thanks
Hey.
for inviting me to the wedding ceremony.
I wonder Kazuki-san thinks about Rocco outfit.
Reiko,
Yeah, just
your
so you
outfit.
know, like,
Oh, you noticed my new dress.
I'm
Isn't it
testing-
beautiful?
Oh my
I
God,
feel
there goes
more
it.
than my
I got
cousins,
the-
right? What do you think? We're
Being our
able to have a
guest.
pre-fit dress to wear our
Oh my
wedding
gosh.
day next month. Should we get prepared to find a place to have our ceremony?
Anyways,
You're right. I've been thinking for a while now.
I want to thank you for
I don't
subbing to
think
my
we should have a
channel.
wedding at all. I'm regretting
You're
big
welcome.
time now.
Happy you shouldn't have a wedding.
I'm very
the
sorry
draw
to do this on
starts in
Zuri's happy
5,
day like this.
4,
I apologize to your
3,
cousin and
2,
her husband, but
1.
Reiko, let's break up.
What?
There.
You can't be serious, Kazuki.
Not
Why
big
all of a sudden you
surprise.
wanted to break up with me? I'm so beautiful. No other girl looks as good in this dress. Please reconsider on marrying me.
No.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
just
come
testing
on.
the
Look at her. This
the
plain dull girl.
you know that.
Even a plain girl like her
Oh,
could marry.
shut
How
up,
come you won't
Reiko.
marry me,
You're
Kazuki?
always
This
bullying
can't be
Zuri.
right.
Shut up.
You should never say something like that to stepmommy. That wasn't nice. You're not allowed to wear white for Mrs. Wedding. It's not appropriate for you to wear like this, stepmommy said.
Mimi. Shut up, you little brat. You
Wait,
stay out of
you
our
should've-
business.
She just
Seriously,
called her a
Reiko,
little
have some
brat.
common sense. What the hell were you thinking of wearing a white dress to a wedding, including your cousin? I would never be married to a woman that only cares about herself
Yeah,
like you.
it's because like I'm.
No.
We spoiled you too much. No one's allowed to wear white except for the bride at a wedding.
But, I look beautiful.
It doesn't matter if you look good or if you look
Yeah, in the
beautiful.
real no.
But, I'm getting dumped over something like this. I thought I'm going to get married soon.
And just to make clear, what happened today became the clincher, but I have been thinking about this for a quite while now. I don't think we're perfect for each other, alright.
No, I'll never breaking up with you, Kazuki. Please marry me.
I'm sorry, but I seriously can't. We're no longer a couple.
But,
I'm sorry, Zuri. For all of this, you probably felt offended.
Yeah, well,
I know a lot of things happened, but could I still attend the wedding as
Oops.
promised to you?
of
Sorry.
course, Kazuki.
Kazuki, I think we should get along as friends.
Alright, let's all head over to. All the other guests are tired of waiting for us by now.
We'll have the best wedding.
I'm looking forward to this.
what is it with all of you? Even Kazuki's making fun of me. I don't mind, though. With my fair beauty, I could just grab one of Maru's handsome coworkers at Yuri's wedding after this.
Reiko,
Yeah, Dad.
we're not letting you attend the after party.
Wait, what?
Of course, we won't let you join. You
Oh,
already embarrassed us
she's
earlier.
not
We don't want to get
welcome.
even more embarrassed than before.
You should take the time and reflect on yourself today and apologize to Zuri afterwards.
I'm bored,
Okay,
so I'm about to
I
go
understand.
Good.
That was a lovely wedding we have.
I
She
agree.
deserves
I'm
it
having a wonderful
for
romantic time with you, Zuri.
embarrassing on our special day.
Yeah, congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations of your remarriage, Mr. and Mrs. Ichikawa.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Ichikawa, here my wedding gift to you both.
Thank you. That's very thoughtful of you.
Yes, thank you. We're grateful for your gift.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy that you're my new mommy.
And I'm happy that you
I'm
and
so
Koto
happy that
are my
Zuri
step
became
kids.
Miami's
I promise
stepmother.
I'll take care of you, your father, and the upcoming of the new baby.
I love you, Zuri.
I love you to Mamaru.
Woo! That was amazing.
4 engines died in Narford Tuesday evening, as well as 15 station employees. The cause of the explosion were 4 loaded gunpowder vans, placed by an unknown engine. Thomas, Edward, James, and Percy will be remembered for their work on the railway. They've always been loyal, friendly, and have always had the initiative to get the job done. They were truly remarkable engines. A credit to the North Western Railway, or any railway for that matter. We can only assume that this heartless attack on our railway was done by Alfred the Holden B-12-3. A terrible choice on my part, I must say. As a result, I will be resigning later this week. I cannot bear the shame I've wrought upon this island.
Gordon, there's nothing you could have done given the circumstances.
I know, but I still feel partially guilty. Alas, I also feel forlorn. I have a sudden feeling things can only get worse from here on out. You do know this stupid attempt may well have put our funnels under the guillotine. You ordered it, Cecil. I never once said 98462 go and destroy a goddamn station. You killed nearly 20 people from what I heard. You have been too cold-hearted. You killed innocent people. Exactly the opposite of what I expected from you. You will be dealt with. You will be followed wherever you go. And any attempt at destroying anyone else will mean the end of you.
Not Cecil. Who could have done this, do you reckon, Gordon?
It's dreadfully obvious, isn't it? Alfred. It's time, Toby. Do you think you're up to it?
If it means avenging my old friends, then yes, Gordon. However, we will strike when the moment is right.
There have been several bombings on the Northwestern Railway and the mainland. We've recently gotten information that a carriage shed on the Southern Railway was destroyed this morning. 2 crew were injured, 1 fatally wounded. 12 coaching stock has been destroyed. We will elaborate on this bombing when we have more information on the matter at hand.
Why would he be bombing such conspicuous places?
He wants to get rid of any sources that might link back to him.
That's quite possible. If that's the case, Gordon, then I'm afraid some of your brothers on the LER will be next.
My God, you're right, Toby. We've got to move.
It's too late, Gordon. If he is already progressing past the Southern Railway, he'll be at Settle Station before we even get to the mainland.
Not if we use the fast line.
Indeed, but I can't go at those speeds.
No matter, Toby. You and I are both LER born. We are made for those speeds.
Okay, but if I break down, you must promise to keep going and finish the job.
Agreed. There are no trains scheduled until tomorrow. Let's fill up on water and coal and get moving. I need to hide here for the time being. I'm being watched, and I can't be seen. Very well, get in the shed. Bloody hell, did you feel that?
Yes, Alfred is near.
This is absurd. How could my plan have backfired so badly? Look, it's one of our own. How are you doing, mate? Very well, thank you. I'm looking for a bit of a rest. Can you show me the shed? Certainly. I have a terrible feeling. Gordon, you're faster. You must get to the LNR soon. I'll stay here. Go. But Toby, we both want to avenge you. You gave me your word as an engine, Gordon. Go. You have a much better reason to do the job than I do. Very nice sheds, my cousins. Thank you, number 3. Well, you just recently built. I haven't seen you around here. You could say that. I'm sorry, gents, but I must go now. Everyone, get out! There's a bomb in there! Blast! Well, goodbye, Gordon. Thanks for ruining my plans once again. Oh no. You're not going anywhere. I'm taking you with me. What? No! Oh no, Gordon. I heard and came too late as well, my friend. He's a hero, he is. Killed the bomber himself. Now I'm the only one on our railway left. Rubbish. You can come and work with us. It's the least we could do for the brave fleet of locomotives known as the Vat Controller's Engines.
Courageous engines of Northwestern Rail. Gordon, the hero of stone.
Okay. Last night I just checked on the comments where James has frequently posted about the truth about when he lied about Super Dark Wolf. Wolf try to close his account. That Kalen Hoffman is going to blame Magic about treating her as a villain when he's not. He did the right thing by cutting ties on Kalen Hoffman for sure. Kalen's action is just horrible. And don't get me wrong.
Kalen Hoffman is such a childish.
And especially Kaylin's trying to team up with Christian and Super Dark Wolf. So she can try so she can get away with her actions. And I never expected that Kaylin Hoffman's going to instigate shit. This is whatever she does is doing the exact same thing, just like Super Dark Wolf and DPPF 9000 was.
Yeah, I agree.
And her apology post was trash and bland as usual.
Yeah.
She will never be forgiven after what she did 3 years ago. Just because, well, I have to say that that SpongeBob Rock 2001 has the point about Kaylin Hoffman's actions when he ranted on her 3 years ago. That rant was released, and she was also going to start instigate shit with the others that she hates. And as for Romero 24, he will never be forgiven. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. And one of the Fish's music videos, he actually came into the chat.
What's he about Romero 24 came here to chat?
Yeah, he totally came.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any shit you've done. Let's see what you've done, Samaro. And he brainwashed Jenna again. Cyber, are you seeing this?
Oh yeah, I see that post where hold on. Let me check on that post where Romero 24 just done. And look at this.
Oh my god. Can you stop brainwashing my friends?
Maybe this user, Kyle Catayona, gets the buttons in both treatment while Jenna was performing at it. So
I mean,
Romero thinks that he's taking users way too seriously, even though we all hated Kyle Catayona for his actions.
Yeah, and I still hate him after what he did to everyone. He even betrayed everyone.
Yeah, he is such a treacherous snake.
He's such a hypocrite. Can you believe he actually made fun of Jenna's dead relative? Dead. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say it.
So what is it?
Can't believe he's dreadful. How could he betray all of us?
I know, right? Because one, he made a video of Trixie Prank getting killed by Kyle Catayona, and second of all, he is really heartless of Jenna. So now he is such a treacherous serpent.
Yeah, I would never forgive him. Never.
Oh, and by the way,
What?
I heard you guys going to the concert of Blackpink.
Actually, Tavisha is going, not me.
Oh, Tavisha.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard about Tavisha's music video, and that was very amazing. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
No
I like
discussion.
it too. Let's see what you did. Let's see what the fuck did you do. Can't believe it. I wish Kyle can. If Kyle hadn't been doing all these horrendous crimes in the first place, he wouldn't be in this mess.
For sure. And look what
But what
Snowmail
about his OCs?
Oh.
What
and by
about his
the way,
OCs? Like,
look what he did to Trixie Prank.
Hey everyone, Trixie Prank here, and today I'm trying the Grimace shake. The Grimace
seriously?
Is to taste.
Grimace shake is the worst. Even though I have never tried one. Like, ever.
I actually had a Grimace shake before, and it doesn't taste that bad. It's just similar to blueberry. I mean, it's just a trend.
He's just making a video where Trixie Prank tries a Grimace shake and pretends like this Grimace shake is poisoned. You know.
Yeah, I've seen it in a lot of videos. He's been inactive since November. Anyways, he's been inactive since November. But what about his OCs like Edward and Valentine? Should we?
Edward and Valentine? I'm not
Yeah.
sure what am I going to say.
But I don't know. But I'll never talk to Kyle again.
And I glad I never trusted him.
Yeah.
Oh, and as for Super Dark Wolf, he is such a cobra.
I need to share my screen again. If you on that.
And also, Super Dark Wolf has betrayed all of us.
Yeah, he's becoming a dead topic anyway.
Yeah, he's a dead topic right now.
More like a beating dead horse.
Yeah. And probably for Wilson, that he got exposed for his actions.
Oh God, here we go.
I don't know what he just said. Snowflake on Jenna and Diego. I mean, look at this.
What the actual hell?
It says the word snowflake refers to a person who has an exaggerated sense of uniqueness and unjustified sense of entitlement, who is highly emotional, easily offended, and unable to deal with opposing ideas. Can't believe it.
Let me check on something. And you know what? And you know what? Look what he. You know what? And oh, sorry for my speech. You know what? And you can just take a look what Paper Luigi 99 did to Little Bill.
What?
Oh my God, who the hell cares? I mean, I get that a lot, but just.
So, guys.
Oh, my bad. Don't want to mention about him anyway. So, all of his Punching Day video out of Dora, Caillou, and Little Bill are just garbage, horrible, and abusive.
I don't even care about it.
Yeah, I don't even care.
Yeah, me neither. I don't even care about them anymore. Regardless.
I want to show you a few memes anyway.
Can't believe it. Kyle Cariano is such a psycho.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Show some memes here.
I
Most of the
swear,
ones I
he
like.
doesn't ever learn. Also, if he tries to forgive me, give me a break.
I'm glad I cut ties on the boat from Romero 24 and Kalen Hoffman.
Yeah. And you've been wondering, just like, wait.
Yeah, I'll never trust this hissing snake.
He's such a snake. Let's see. Even Valentine, he made. Even there's a cow named Valentine Rose. What the heck is Valentine Rose?
Oh, can I see it again? Who is Valentine Rose 245 anyway?
I don't know.
Well, I just don't know either.
Okay, let's see here. Any old account. Okay. What the hell?
I want to show a few memes here.
Okay, let's see here. Any old accounts. Okay. Now I'm just gonna find a few more.
Yo, Sarah, can
oh,
you share my screen for a couple
even-
of minutes? I want to show a few memes here.
Do you remember how you got into Vate's group chat?
Don't care.
Cyber, do you remember how your old account got into Vate's group chat?
Vaki's group chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that because I never knew Vati. Vati for almost
memes here.
Well, I wasn't even on Discord while I was busy getting my videos done. But don't worry, I'll upload this. I'll upload it soon enough.
Wow. Last time, it was like January of 2023. I mean, Division liked the pictures that Kyle made. She said, wow, they look awesome. And then Vati said, looks neat. But I'm the only one. I said this. It's okay.
Well,
I want to show.
Well,
and then he just mentioned once and said, yeah, I'm talking to you. You all right? And he said, I said this. I know. And then Kyle said, you're still mad at me? And then I said, my attitude is always like this. I'm calm, but I'm mad at you. And then he said, yeah, I fucked up really bad. What the fuck? Anyways, he said, something in the past, and I said, yeah, what? And then he said, I shouldn't death friends two of the snowflakes. And I said, well, you shouldn't.
Hey, Sarah. I'm glad I never joined Vati's group on Discord ever. It was just my old account, but I have to make a new one, and it was just the biggest mistake ever.
Yeah, it was my big mistake too.
Yo, JT, what's wrong?
It's nothing. It's nothing, really. I'm just waiting to have my screen shared. I mean, and by I mean my own screen.
I'm glad that I cut ties with him. I'm so glad.
In my backstory, I just had a post-traumatic stress disorder because of my abusive step-parents. Because
Can I show my screen now?
Oh, okay.
all right,
I cannot wait to eat this. Oh God, that is a missile!
Oh, these are pretty cool bananas.
It's touchscreen.
I later made amends by apologizing to Ellen, though Jennings used his version of events.
Don't let your kids watch it. Before you know it, they're going to be eating sports candy and moving and running and jumping and dancing.
Is that Robbie Rotten?
that's Robbie Rotten.
It's actually funny.
I call this story.
The cold wind blew, and the sky was already beginning to glow with the approach of the
I think
dawn.
it's my parents
Down the
arguing.
quiet rails, a single steam engine hissed along at a breakneck pace. The engine was in British Rail green and pulled a single coach with a brake van screeching along behind. Oliver huffed and puffed loudly as he rushed along. He'd been stuck waiting in an old siding for a late-night goods to pass. The goods had been hours late, and he'd not wanted to risk being seen by diesels. He'd been stuck on a disused branch for weeks, listening to the diesels growl as they looked for a runaway steam engine. Now was the time to make a run for Sodor. But with the sun rising, Oliver knew he wasn't going to make it to his next hiding spot before the dawn. That meant he might be caught, and his run for freedom would be for nothing.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Tittered Isabel, his coach.
Driver, we're not going to make it.
Oliver said.
Indeed. We might need to find a different hiding spot. And fast.
Just as the sun began to shed its golden rays on the tops of church steeples, Oliver hissed into a disused shunting yard. Weeds had taken over the tracks, and the station sat closed, with boards on its windows and graffiti on its walls. It felt very eerie, but with the sun almost up, it would have to do. The driver and fireman changed the points, and Oliver, with Isabel and Toad, slipped into the yard. They hid in the furthest siding from the main line. Trees and bushes had grown thickly here, and a derelict engine shed gave further cover. The fireman dropped Oliver's fire quickly. Just as well we stopped. We're almost out of coal.
Do you think it'll be enough to get us to Sodor?
Oliver asked worriedly. I don't know, said the fireman gravely. We'll need to source some more. We've gotten shelf already. We can't fail now. The engine crew quickly placed rubbish on and around Oliver to better keep him hidden while they went out to find extra coal.
We'll be back soon, old boy. Hopefully someone will have some coal to spare.
Then they left. Isabel and Toad fell asleep after a while. Oliver, however, couldn't sleep so easily. Soon, the sound of diesels running past on the main line could be heard, growling as they rumbled past. He kept a careful watch, listening for a sound that would mean they'd been spotted. But it didn't take long before Oliver drifted off to sleep as well. The sound of a robin twittering in a nearby tree could be heard between the growling purrs of diesels.
This place looks good.
Oliver woke with a start. The voice was not his crew or even Toad's. It was accompanied by a deep rumbling of a diesel engine. 2 of them. Oliver peered through the rubbish that was piled on his front, looking out. There were 2 diesels. One was a small shunter, and the other was a larger mainline diesel. Between them was a long scrap train, sitting in the yards off the main line. They were only 2 tracks away. Oliver bit on his tongue, trying to remain as silent as he could. The shunter spoke up.
You couldn't have picked a cleaner yard. Sitting here, this scrap will fall apart before we can get it to the scrap yard. It's off the main line, and you know how our controller will have a fit if we block the main line. Heck, he might toss us on the scrap pile if we do that.
The other diesel grumbled.
Yeah, so why are we leaving our haul of scrap here again? 'Cause the scrap yards you want to go to has cheated us out of hundreds of pounds many times before. I am sure another place will give us more for this junk. If you insist. Then we'll take some of this junk and see what other places will pay, and we'll go to the place that will pay the most.
The big diesel rumbled back and looked at the scrap train.
We should fill these trucks up a bit more to look like we have more to bring in. These trucks are hardly loaded. Well, lucky you. My driver brought a cutting torch. We'll just cut some extra of this kettle and add it to the trucks.
Oliver gasped silently as he heard the hiss of a cutting torch, followed by the sudden loud screaming of the engine being cut up. He couldn't see this engine, as the big diesel obscured his sight, only being able to see the sparks hitting the ground. He closed his eyes and tried hard to ignore it, but it was not possible. The screams carried on for what felt like forever. Eventually, the sound of diesels departing could be heard, a few trucks rattling behind them. The screams stopped and slowed into a series of pained moans. Oliver felt a small comfort that Isabel and Toad seemed to still be sleeping, somehow able to have slept through the screams. He supposed where they were, such noises were more muffled and less audible to wake them.
Many hours later, hey, you.
A voice called. Oliver opened his eyes. The voice was not of his... and less audible to wake them.
Many hours later, hey, you.
A voice called. Oliver opened his eyes. The voice was not of his crew. The only other owner of the voice had to be the scrap engine. Nervously, Oliver turned and looked over at the engine. It was a rust-covered Ivet. Its tender was missing, and the amount of rust almost obscured its once bright black livery. The engine looked over at Oliver and sighed.
You poor thing.
He said slowly.
I truly feel sorrow for you.
Oliver looked puzzled.
Sorrow? How could you feel sorrow for me? You're on a scrap train with... those horrible diesels. And they cut parts of you off.
I've made my peace. That is the end, dear engine. I feel sorry that you are where you are now, stuck in hiding on a railway that has thrown us all away.
Oliver felt nervousness creep into his boiler. He began to worry this engine would call attention to him. But he needn't worry, as the engine then added hastily.
Don't worry, I won't tell them about you. You are very well heading, and those engines only care about the scrap on this train. They won't dare look on your way. Besides, don't know how much longer I have myself.
What do you mean?
The old engine wearily looked back up at Oliver. He didn't say anything for a moment. Oliver felt he could tell what he was about to say just by the look in his eyes.
I spent so many years resting away. It's taken a toll on me. Soon, there won't be enough of me to wake up. It'll be the end. Forever.
A chill ran through Oliver's frames. He remembered the stories of what old engines felt just before they passed away. Those that were lucky enough to be spared being alive when the cutting began. How gradually engines would first feel pain in their bodies as the rust set in. Then gradually, that pain became less and less. Physical sensations would fade shortly after. An engine would become tired and want nothing more to do than just close their eyes and rest. And then, in a blink, they'd be gone, leaving a smokebox door in its place. The old engine coughed and brought Oliver's attention back.
What's your name, youngster?
Oliver. And what's yours?
Howard.
The old engine said.
Oliver,
Isabel moaned.
we're trying to rest. Do you want to get us caught?
Howard blinked in surprise.
What? Who said that? I thought we were alone.
No,
Oliver said quickly.
I'm here with my coach Isabel and a brake fan named Toad. We're escaping.
Howard sighed heavily.
Oh, dear. You are that engine the Diesels talk so much about. Rumors one of us is fleeing scrap. I don't wish to spoil your hopes, Oliver, but there is nowhere to go. The northern region, the south and the east, and your home of western regions have thrown us to the side. Why do you flee?
Because there's a place where steam engines are safe. The northwestern region, Sodor.
We're going there, Mr. Howard.
Toad said from the back.
We hear that railway's looking forward to keeping steam engines in service.
Howard looked away, his face still gloomy.
Sweet thought. It's not possible. All the controllers have gone in and unanimously said that diesels are the way forward. And that's such a long trip. Especially for a tank engine such as yourself. Doubt you're in very good condition for working life, Oliver, given the state of our railways.
Oliver felt indignity rising in his boiler. Sodor was his last hope, and while he knew his condition was a little worse for wear, he was certain he'd make it.
I might be rough, but Sodor is a haven for steam engines. Those engines pull actual trains, and they're taken care of no matter how rough of a state they're in.
But the diesels.
We read in the newspaper that Sodor will never be like this.
Oliver snapped.
My driver and fireman read in the paper the famous Flying Scotsman is visiting there, and the controller made a statement saying his railway will never become like the mainland England. That is why we're going there. It's hope. Something you've got none to give.
The old engine looked at the enraged tank engine and sighed again, looking down at his buffers.
You are partially right. I have no hope. It's only for myself and my state. That controller on that island doesn't indeed sound like a wonderful person. To invite Scotsman, a preserved steam engine, you must value preservation.
He then paused and looked over to Oliver.
I must have a little hope that some of us steam engines will survive, so long as there are people who see value in us. I do hope you are correct, Oliver, and that if you do make it, then you would cherish that opportunity. You'll be another very lucky few who defy the world and make it.
Oliver suddenly felt sorry that he'd lost his temper. This poor engine, who'd been cut up while he was still alive, still held out hope that he'd survive, even if he had no more hope for himself.
Anyways, it's late now, and you are to make it. You'll need plenty of rest for it.
All right, I'm sorry I snapped, Howard. Just None of the engines on my old line felt I'd make it.
The old engine sighed and coughed a moment, his lips pulling back in a small, faint smile.
It's alright. Just keep that energy when you really need it. Show any doubters why you are a survivor, but never forget to take your time and enjoy the time you have, like I'm going to.
And with that, the engine yawned and closed his eyes. Oliver stayed awake a moment longer, listening to the engine snore. Soon the sound put him to sleep, with Isabel and Toad following suit not long after. Oliver was woken by the sound of diesel engines. They had come back. He turned to look at Howard and gasped. Instead of a face, all that greeted Oliver was an empty smoke box. Oliver felt terrible. Even without a fire, he felt colder than he'd ever been before. To have spoken to an engine one day and then see them just gone the next. He didn't know it was possible to feel this terrible.
Glad we took that scrap to some other yards. We would have lost a good 130 pounds going to the one you suggested.
The big diesel chuckled.
Ah, blow it out of your exhaust. Let's just hurry up and get the slug there before they change their mind.
The shunter stopped at the rusty engine's remains.
Look at this. He's gone. Surprised he lasted as long as he did, that useless kettle.
At least he won't complain anymore.
Not any more than his useless old body does already.
The diesels cackled with laughter as they backed up to the train and coupled up. Oliver watched as they took Howard's rusty body away, laughing all the time. This had once been a living engine, and to hear them laugh at his demise like it was nothing, it made Oliver sick. Later, when Isabel and Toad had awoken, they asked if the diesels had come back. Oliver took a deep breath.
They've already come and gone.
He said,
I didn't hear them come back.
Oh my,
Isabel whimpered.
poor Howard. To be left with those brutes. He must be terrified.
Oliver sighed and stared out at the empty yard before him.
How terrified he must be, indeed.
As soon as night fell, Oliver's crew had returned. They hadn't found much coal, but they had found some. They quickly built up Oliver's fire and gave him plenty of steam. Slowly, Oliver clanked along through the bushes and weeds. His wheels squeaked as he rolled over the tracks the scrap train had been on. He saw pieces of melted metal lying amongst the weeds, their edges blackened by the cutter's torch and caked in brown rust. For a moment, he thought he saw an engine's lamp, its lens shattered. He gulped as he headed onto the main line, his fire flaring into life with determination.
Steady, boy. We need to go carefully.
His driver said, checking him.
I'll get to Sodor or bust.
Oliver said to himself.
I need to. For Howard.
Oliver rumbled over the points and off into the distance. Oliver now lives on Sodor. He made it to Barrow and Furnace before his coal gave out. Luckily, he was found and completed the final leg of the trip to Sodor thanks to Douglas. Now he, Isabel, and Toad work on the Little Western branch line with Duck and 3 more auto coaches. Since arriving, he's had many adventures and made many happy memories. When visitors ask about his past, only the version of his escape written down by the Reverend Audrey is told. None of his retellings include those 2 nights in that sighting, or of what happened there. Oliver, however, has reconciled with these memories, and the full horror has become softened to where telling his story of escape has become easier to talk about. Though sometimes when he's asleep, his mind drifts to the shadows of the past he keeps buried away. His dreams are then filled with the crystal clear sounds of diesel engines, pained screams, and the hiss of a cutter's torch.
Thomas yawned as he felt the warmth spread through his boiler. He heard the quiet conversation of Percy talking with his driver, something to do with the post.
Are you sure there isn't anything for me?
Percy asked.
Afraid not. Just some letters from family living on the mainland and other junk mail.
His driver said.
What's got you interested in the post, Percy?
Thomas asked with a yawn.
I know you like that job, but I don't think anyone would be writing to you. You don't even have a post box for Tom Tipper to put new letters in.
He added cheekily. Percy rolled his eyes and scoffed.
I'm looking for letters from my friends on the other railway, Thomas. I worked in many little yards before Sir Topham Hatt bought me and I came to live on Sodor. Our drivers helped to keep us in touch by writing letters. I've gotten a few recently, but none from Ginty and Pug. You remember them, right? They came to help while we went to London to visit.
Thomas did remember them, and he could remember making a fool of himself in front of Ginty as he was showing off. Ginty had laughed at him, but they became friends by the time he and the other visiting engines returned back to their own railways.
I do, and that's strange indeed. You told me you were good friends with them, right?
Very good friends indeed. It's strange I've not gotten any letters from them. My driver has sent 2 letters asking if they are fine and to respond, but I've not heard anything since. I'm worried they might be withdrawn.
Ha!
Thomas scoffed.
As if that could ever happen. Shunters like Ginty and Pug are indispensable. Even if the other railway is pushing for more of those diesels like that one that came to the mainline sheds, we'll always have a place here.
I don't know, Thomas,
Percy said, unsure. Thomas huffed out of the sheds and went to pick up his coaches.
I'm sure they're fine. If I can, I'll go over and see what's keeping letters from them.
He hissed to himself, although he wasn't sure just how he would get the travel to the mainland. His chance came sooner than expected. Thomas was just puffing into Elsbridge with his afternoon train when the yard foreman walked up.
There is an order for a shipment of stone to be brought down to Barrow and Furnace. Sir Topham Hatt says there are no spare engines other than you, Thomas. Think you can manage?
Thomas fizzed with excitement.
Certainly, I can do that.
Then the job is yours. Daisy will handle your passengers till you get back. It's a long way to get there, so be quick.
And then he walked away.
Now I'll see what's going on with Percy's friends and why they're not responding to his letters,
Thomas said to himself. The sun was getting low in the sky as Thomas rolled over the bridge onto the mainland. The little blue engine was bubbling with excitement. It had been years since he had last been there, and he was eager to see how much had changed. He chuffed past the station over to the goods yard. As he rounded the bend and crossed under the road, Thomas was struck by something. Some coal bunkers laid near the trackside, completely empty. A coal chute nearby was covered in rust, with an old sign hanging from one bolt, out of order. A nearby water column had a similar sign hanging from its release chain.
This is odd. How do you keep a shunting engine fueled without coal?
He thought. As Thomas came into the yard, he was struck by how silent it was. Trucks were all in the sidings, tidily arranged, and yet There was no engines to be seen. No clouds of steam and smoke in the air to give any hint that they were there. The air began to get cooler, and a mist was starting to form.
That's odd. How come I don't hear any whistles? A yard needs a pilot engine to look after it. Where are they?
A yard foreman walked up.
Just leave your train there. We'll get a shunter to move it later,
came the gruff response. Thomas looked around. He didn't see any other engines apart from himself. Before he could ask, he heard a growl and a roar from behind. Quickly, a big mainland diesel roared by, its dark blue and yellow paint standing out from the long train of dirty trucks. It roared through a warehouse loading platform and disappeared into the encroaching gloom.
But where's the shunter? I haven't seen or heard one since I arrived.
Who's over there?
Thomas looked over to see a faceless diesel rumble past, dragging a train of tankers. It seemed to growl louder as it passed by. As he looked around, he noticed signs. Diesel fuel, diesels park here, don't idle in sidings, and diesel oil were what they said.
Where's Ginty? Or Pug? Don't they work here?
Thomas asked sheepishly.
Don't know no Ginty or Pug. Haven't had a Ginty in this yard for... I don't bloody know. Anyways, you're uncoupled, so why don't you get yourself out of my yard?
Thomas's crew, unnerved by the terse order, quickly opened the tank engine's regulator, and they raced away into the distance.
You have to
I
find
got
the turntable
because
around.
I'm getting so bored around here.
Right. The mist was turning into
Okay.
fog as the temperature dropped.
I'll
Tom
see you.
battled over the point. His eyes darted around as shapes appeared out of the gloom.
I'll see you later when I upload the
I'll see you
video.
later.
Filled with weeds and marked
I'll
with
see you
masking
later.
tape crosses, indicating not to be used. Taking a guess, he followed a set of track curves
will be,
with some buildings, which gradually
starting my
became more open as the warehouse got smaller in scale.
This must be the way.
Alright.
On the chat.
But it wasn't.
Alright.
Thomas followed the track for a ways, but nothing felt right. The tracks
Alright,
creaked and groaned under his wheels as the weeds brushed his chassis. Now he was certain this was the wrong way and he was lost. But up ahead, he saw a gloomy shape of some steam engines in the dim dusk light.
Driver, look, steam engines.
Thomas said hopefully.
Maybe they can tell us.
The words died in his mouth as the mist slowly cleared to reveal just where Thomas was. There were steam engines, but they were all covered in rust. They lay in piles near the tracks. Many did not have wheels and were just boilers stacked up haphazardly. The few engines still on the tracks chilled Thomas the most. These engines were not as rusty as the others, and seemed to have most of their parts, but they were silent. Silent and dead. Darkened smokebox doors stared out at Thomas, where their faces had once been. All the engines were small tank engines, just like him. Just like. Thomas